Man, I'm tired. Sorry. In this video, I will be teaching you how to use an alias. It's very simple, trust me. So I am in my customers table. Not that it matters, because we're going to run some SQL. So we're going to select first name, then from customers. If we click go, it brings back the first name. Caleb, Chuck, James, Helen, Terry. Right? Now, if we go back to this and edit it, what is FN? What if you don't know what that stands for? What we can do is use an alias. Select FN as first name and click go. Now it'll display first name. So that's really simple. That's all there really is to it. Now, for concat or other functions, let me show you right here. Here is how you do concat. Concat, in parentheses, I'm going to do last name, comma, first name. And when I go, you'll see that there is no spaces or anything between the two. So Caleb, Curry Caleb, and so on. So to fix this, we can edit it and then add a new, in parentheses, a comma, and then another comma to go on to the next one. So look, that's kind of confusing. Just remember three commas and 2 parentheses. Go. Now we can see there is, oh, I forgot a space, but you can see now there's kind of some structure. If you put a space here between the quotes, then it will bring back the space. So now, I want to show you something else real quick. We can actually say as and say name. This is an alias for the name. Name, and it'll display it. Rather than saying concat as it did before. Oh, I just screwed it up. Dang it. And I want to show you another function. Concat WS. This is concat with separator. So if we have a huge list of things we want to concat, we can actually use this to make things easier. I don't really have a good list to use, but I'm just going to pretend. So let's say we want to concat the first name, last name, and the phone number. So we can use the separator right there. That's what the WS stands for, with separator. And then put a comma, first name, comma, last name, phone. Comma, phone. Then go. Now with separators, it will now separate each one with this separator. Rather than having to write this comma more than once, that is how it will work. Now that I showed you that, I want to go on to joins, because that was the whole point of this video, and it's already been like 3 minutes. So select from, and then the type of join, we're going to use an inner join. On. Now to fill this out, we're going to select the first name, last name, and the review from customers, inner join, reviews, and then what is equal? We had customers dot customer ID, comma, equal to reviews dot customer ID. This is the equality here. And if we click go, we can see now it displays the first name, the last name, and the review from the person, which is cool, but I don't like it. I want these to say first name and last name rather than FN and LN. So we can just put as first name, last name as last name. Simple as that. Then click go. Now it displays it in a more readable format. Sweet. Now when you're using aliases with joins, it can actually make things a lot more simpler. Because if you remember, I said a few tutorials ago, if 2 tables have the same column name, such as if reviews had a first name, we would have to use a dot syntax. So let's just go with that for now. So customers dot first name. Then we also have, my bad. We want to put this with the column name. So customers dot FN as first name, and then we had customers dot last name as dot LN as last name. Then we had reviews dot review. And if we click go, you can see it's the same thing. It didn't change anything. This is just specifying which table each column will go to. Now, when you're performing a join, this can get kind of tiring, writing customers 1,000 times, especially when you get to big joins, right? So what we can do is just give an alias to the table name. So here is where we define the table names, customers and reviews. And we can just say as, for example, C, and reviews as R, yeah. So now the table name is shortcutted C, right? So if we click go, we're actually going to get an error. And this is because we have all these written out names when they should be shortcuts. So if we take these and originally put c.fn and c.ln, this would give the result we want. So now we have the shorthand configuration. We also need to change the relation down here because we have to use the shortcut. C and then R. Now we just shortened the query a whole lot. I know it seemed like a lot of work, but that's because we wrote the original one first. If you went in and typed it out like this, you would save a lot more time and energy. And we don't want to waste energy. I mean, we don't want to use energy, so we got to save it. Yeah, and click go. And now you can see it works just fine. So basically, the C and the R represent the table names. You can name these whatever you want. So you could say car dot first name, and R, instead of R you could use rainbow, or you get the point. It doesn't really matter. It's a made up name that is used for your advantage. So that is how you use aliases with joins, and it's very simple. Whenever you need to rename something, you can just put as and then the name. So hopefully I haven't been explaining this too long, because it's been like 7 minutes as of right now, unless there's a mistake and then I have to edit it out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.